record now. So you're still doing it, and why are these guys like giving up? Right?
Right.
What's missing here? And what is missing is a relationship with guys like us who want to help them out. But that we've got to tell them at a certain point, don't sit there in your mama's basement jerking off and then getting angry at the hoe you're jerking off to. That's not a formula that's going to work. It's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse.
Yeah.
So I think they need a little tough love. But see, I think we would do a 1-2 punch because I'd be like, I look like their dads, right? And I'd say like, son, get your act together. Now you could be the uncle who's like, I get where you're at, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's a thing. It's a thing. You know what I mean? You're the uncle figure. You're like, I get it, bro. I see where you're at. I've been there. It's tough. And I think we could kill it. We could capture this entire audience.
Yeah.
You say there's a carnival ship of haters on you. Yeah, well, there's 3 on me. But I think there's 100 more carnival ships out there that would love us. You see what I'm saying? But I think we both have had experience of it being real shitty so far. But we gotta break out of, talking to the haters and start saying like, I'm expecting like a strong response. And people hating on you is a strong response, right? Okay, but like you're gonna eventually get strong, negative, and positive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it could become like a real thing. I think you could become like the face. You could be the George Floyd of this kind of situation, right? And where you say like, these bitches, these black women. And it's not just black women, but like women got a problem and our justice system is off, and it's time we deal with it. I was in jail and I was in intake, you know what I mean? But it was like a prison. Okay, and 3/4 of the guys were either black or Hispanic guys who like punched a wall because they were frustrated. What are they doing in jail? It was their wall. You know what I mean?
That's still domestic violence.
But that's some bullshit. If you hit your wall because you didn't hit her face, you should be given a crown. You're a king.
That's exactly why I tell men walk off. Unless she's a door blocker, some women in those type of situations, you be like,
This is quite a interesting set of events. Instead of the usual debate stuff, they had another individual. And from what I've been told, apparently Ben was quote unquote pimping out Grace to him. And this whole conversation between Ben and this guy, Raw Rack, was just hilarious mostly. You could tell that Ben was relating with him. Ben has this weird interest of relating with a lot of like the downtrodden minority people. I don't know why, but I think because we went to jail and he experienced that lifestyle, I think he started to relate more and more toward like people who went to jail, the down and try. And to me, it's quite interesting. It's quite funny actually, and I actively enjoyed it. I was like, Ben, oh Ben, never change, Ben. But we still have more to cover, right? Let's keep going. Let's cover more of the interesting interaction between the two of them.
But see, you wouldn't have been there in the first place. You wouldn't have been there in the first place. You're saying I would have done this, but you wouldn't have been there in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Grace.
Or
Yeah.
hello?
All right. Okay, so Grace.
Yes. I got it.
If a dude, he walks past you, he rubs his hand across your breast and around your waist and maybe touches your private part or the back of your ass. What is that called?
Groping somebody?
Is that a crime?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, what if you're slow dancing with a guy and as he's releasing his hands, he grazes your ass a bit?
Well, that's
But you voluntarily slow danced with him.
Yeah, no, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, but did you slow dance with that faggot, gay dude?
Ow. Fuck.
I'm asking.
Did I?
So,
I think in a sense I did because I'm in a gay area and I'm looking like I'm dressed like a gay dude.
Quite the interaction we're having here. Now later on they would bring up patient, they would bring up that whole situation, as well as Ben going into his sexuality and the way he dressed and act. a lot of N words were just drop, and I was just like, cool, cool. It'd be nice for me to be able to, record them without me having to stop mid recording because they keep saying a slur, and I'm just like, God damn it, why can you guys just be normal for one, not drop a slur or two? But I guess Ben is extremely comfortable. Overall, I found this was quite a different interaction. I think I enjoy this kind of stuff more than the debate stuff that Ben has been doing. I would even say that it's a lot better, maybe. But I think having other people on to them to talk and interact and just be, oh my god, that the way me stopping, holy shit, that's just hilarious. The still image is wild now that I'm looking at it. But I think I enjoy stuff like this more often from the door when they have a normal, or not a normal person, but they have somebody on. One more step to go.
In the eyes of it was made as a way to describe sexual intercourse in a way that isn't sacred.
Okay, but do you know that the so-called like derogatory words are just the Germanic words like cunt, fuck. And I'm not trying to be crass, but like those are just the
Yeah.
Germanic words, and the Latin words were seen as more prestigious, like coitus, vagina, right? I mean, that's just a cultural thing. It's
I don't understand your point, dude. If you're gonna argue that most of society doesn't hold these words as like curse words or swear words, then you're an idiot. Most of society in America holds those as curse words or
well,
swear
that's a
words.
misnomer to say
If
they're
you want to
curse
say
words or
otherwise,
swear words. It's a misnomer. They're neither.
take it up with the rest of society, dude. Don't take it up with me, man.
Hey, stop calling me dude.
And we're back to the usual debate stuff, and Ben getting mad and ready to crash on another individual. And then they get into this whole thing about words and their meaning. I just started laughing. I was like, come on. Come on, Ben. You really. It's always these weird, like, sexual talk that Ben gets into with these random Discord people, which makes me laugh a lot of the time. I'm very, very frank about that. Like, I like the other stuff a lot better, but I guess we're back to the debate. We must continue the debate. We must continue the debate no matter what. The debate must continue, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it's hard to get clips right because you have to really seep through a lot of the junk, and there's always a fear that they may break TOS, or not even break TOS, but they may say a slur, and I'm just like, no, please don't do this, Ben. Please don't. And then Ben does it, and I'm like, damn it, all to hell. I guess you live with it. I guess you live with it as always. Till next time. God bless.